So, hi everybody. This is the free Saturday Sedona Method support call. My name is Christoph. Um, what is it that we are doing today? Hopefully there's a lot of releasing happening. And how would that look like? There would be 1 hour planned for us to be done in English. And then there would be a break after that hour of a quarter an hour of an hour. And then there would be a resuming of a German extension of the call for at least of half an hour. So I hope everybody can hear me okay. And then we can just get started with a group release. So in this moment, check to see if there's anything from your life or from your day or from your past days that is apparently making you feeling uncomfortable. That makes you feel not normal, not neutral. And then could you just simply welcome or allow for whatever that brings up inside, whatever is being heard, felt, or seen, whatever taste or smell that brings up inside, so to say. And then could you welcome or notice, or could there be a noticing of any wanting to do anything with, about, or against this? Any wanting to reject it, accept it, any wanting to make it worse or better, any wanting to figure that out or get it done? And then could you notice or welcome too, or could there be a noticing that there is any sense that this appearance is about a you or who you are or them and how that appears to be? And then just for now, as best you can, could you let that go? Could you allow that memory or experience to be as it was? And then could you just simply welcome that which appears to be or feels comfortable anyway? That which allows for everything. Let's repeat this process from the beginning. Could you just simply welcome up anything from your life or from your day or from your past days, or even just a second ago, that's appearing to make you feel uncomfortable? That seems to be in the way to be just simply relaxed. And then, as best you can, could you just simply welcome whatever thoughts, feelings, pictures are there now? Whatever has been heard, felt, or seen, whatever taste or smell there is. And then also notice any sense or idea that that isn't good enough, that that's somehow not fitting the normal state. And could you also notice any underlying wanting? Could there be any noticing of the wanting to control, the wanting approval, disapproval, the wanting security, the wanting separation, oneness, as well as any desire to do anything with, about, or against this? Any conclusion that that brings up inside? And then could you welcome to any sense or the idea that any of that is personal? It belongs to you or to a you or a me or others who or that are separate from that me. And then could you just simply let that be as it was? And could you just a little bit allow yourself to welcome that which is already comfortable, that which is already relaxed, that which is already neutral? Could you just simply allow for that, even if there's any remaining sense of being uncomfortable? And let's address this whole thing holistically. Could you allow your body-mind to appear as uncomfortable and as disturbed as much as it does? And then could you allow your body-mind to be as comfortable and undisturbed as it actually is or could be? And could you allow your body to appear as uncomfortable and disturbed as much as it does? And notice any wanting to do anything with, about, or against this. And then could you allow your body or your body mind to appear as comfortable and relaxed as it actually could be, even beyond expectation? And then could you notice any wanting to do anything with, about, or against that? Any resistance or opposition? And could you allow your body to appear as uncomfortable and disturbed as much as it does? And even your mind. And then could you allow your body or your mind to be as comfortable and relaxed as it could be? Then could you allow your body to appear as uncomfortable and disturbed as much as it does? Then could you allow your body and your mind to be as comfortable and relaxed as it in actuality is? And then could you allow your body mind to appear as uncomfortable and disturbed as much as it does? And then could you allow your body mind to appear as comfortable and relaxed as it could be, or as it already is? Let's switch a little bit here. Could you allow your body mind to appear as real, meaningful, and personal as it does? Then could you allow your body mind to be as unreal and impersonal as it actually could be or is? And then could you allow your body mind to appear as real, meaningful, and personal as it does? And then could you allow your body mind to be as unreal, meaningless, and impersonal as it could be, just for now? And then could you allow your body mind to appear as real, meaningful, and personal as much as it does? And then could you allow your body mind to appear or be as unreal, meaningless, and impersonal as it could be or as it actually is? And that doesn't mean you're denying the body or how the body is. It's just an opening to what is, an opening to another possibility. And could you just simply welcome whatever is appearing in the body mind right now, no matter what? And then could you welcome any wanting to do anything with, about, or against this? Could you welcome too any sense that any of that is personal, is about a me that appears to be separate from others, from other me's, so to say? And then could you let that be as it was? Could you stretch beyond that? Could you notice the background, the body, in which the body appears to be? And again, it's not about denying anything, just looking, just watching what's there too. There might be sensations, thoughts, feelings, or bodies. But what else is there? Is there also a vast background in which that appears to be? And then could you notice any wanting to do anything with, about, or against this? Any wanting to figure that out or hold on to that? Or to be one with that, or separate from that? Any wanting to end it all or get it done? any liking or disliking, as well as any remaining wanting to control that. And then could you allow that to just dissolve, including any sense of identity with that, just for now? You can come back to it if you wish to do so later. But just be open to the possibility that that isn't required to come back to that. And then could you just simply allow yourself to be and be? So just be aware, noticing, seeing, sensing, whatever has been or is being perceived in this moment. Okay, everybody. I open the floor to questions, sharing, and assistance. If you have any questions related to releasing and the Sedona method in general, or any request for personal assistance. By the way, it's always great if you let me know something, an issue that's good for group release. And by the way, if you like to share gains, it's always great for others to hear about your gains or your benefits from releasing with the Sedona method. So, who has something? Any issues? No issues today? Everybody released so far?
Hi,
Maxine's
Christoph.
unmuting. Hi, Maxine.
Hi.
Hi.
I would I would like some assistance,
Mhm.
please.
Mhm.
I um I'm having some work done and so it feels like it's around my finances.
Mhm.
It feels like there's more money flowing out than
Yes.
flowing in.
Mhm.
And I noticed that um I'm feeling worried and concerned about that. And I also noticed that as this flow going outward, I'm clenching to this idea of wanting to get my money's worth, you know,
Yes.
shopping bargains, and it's a little too much.
Yes.
So I'd like some help in just letting go of that and just being in the flow of it all.
Yes. Could you notice any tendency to want to stop that flow of giving money away?
Oh, sure. Mm-hmm.
'Cause that's something I noticed inside of me when my mind was, kind of fearful or concerned about the flow, ebb and flow of money. Then it
Mm-hmm.
looked, oh, you should stop everything or
Mm-hmm.
slow down or You know,
Well,
mostly it
no,
was kind of stopping everything. You don't buy anything right now.
yes.
You have
You
good
know,
ideas to do something
yeah,
that you would really
you're,
love to do.
you're bringing up an attention that I have with
Yes,
respect to that outflow. You know, I'm
yes,
sure you're well aware of the elections in the United States, blah, blah, blah. And I've given to a campaign, and now my inbox is flooded with, donation requests. And I I just feel overwhelmed by so much of it.
So
And
first
again,
of
once again, it's
yes,
more of that outflow.
yes. So could you also welcome that sense of overwhelm? Here it is again. But that's the latest thing we had in the latest support calls, that sense of overwhelm, that
Ah,
we are so overwhelmed with many things, or can be
yeah. Uh-huh.
overwhelmed with everything almost.
Yes.
So could you just hold on to that sense of overwhelm for a second?
Sure.
Allow it to be here as best you can.
Yes.
And then could you welcome any wanting to do anything with, about, or against this overwhelm? That feeling of it is too much or too much for me.
Hmm. Yes.
And also notice any sense that's personal, that you are the one who feels overwhelmed.
It feels personal. Yes.
Yes. And then as best you can, could you allow that feeling of overwhelm to let go, to dissolve, to be released?
Yes.
Just a little bit, or even a little bit goes a long way.
Yes.
And if there's any opposition to that, could you notice that too, or release that as well?
Yes.
And then could you let go of any remaining sense or feeling of overwhelm? And could you also notice that that feeling of overwhelm is just about the issue? It doesn't have to be the issue. It can be released. And the issue can be a little bit different. The issue can be still there, but it can be with less of feeling overwhelmed.
So the feeling of overwhelm can be there, but not feeling overwhelmed.
I meant it a little bit different, but that's possible too. Mm.
Yes. Yes. I can. Yes. There's less of a charge to it.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's good. And that's what I was addressing to. We're addressing the charge and then see what's happening with the issue. Is the issue still present, or is the issue vanishing or disappearing as well? And maybe then you see better what you can do about the issue because the overwhelm is gone.
Well, when I look at my inbox, the
Mhm.
overwhelm is still there.
Yes. But isn't that just a memory?
Yes.
You have to go back into memory in order to find it. Okay. And what's between you and, honestly changing the situation? Is there anything that is preventing you from changing that? if you're not satisfied with that situation? There's something coming to mind, some thought or feeling.
That maybe, yeah, this just kind of floated up.
Mhm.
And yeah, that is that it's really not so much about um, the the lack of money, but it feels more like the lack of love.
Mhm.
That if I could just give myself more love and
Yes.
just be with that. Yeah.
So could you give yourself some more love, some more approval,
Yes.
some more good feeling or well-being?
It's funny, just doing that, I feel more confident
Yes.
in
And
general. I just feel
also
more confident.
we
Yeah.
could also look on the other side, what's in the way between you and getting your balance covered? What's in the way to getting more money in order to get the imbalance covered? Is there anything, or is it also love?
It's funny that you say that. There isn't a lack of money.
Hmm.
It's just I feel nervous in that it's flowing one way more than it's flowing the other way. Not that the balance isn't adequate. It's
Could
just
you
that,
overcome that sense of fear or nervousness,
yes.
insecurity, or that you're somehow a little bit attacked or forced or whatever that
No,
sense?
it's really more me projecting a future,
Yes.
something that I simply don't have any control over or any idea that it will or it won't happen. But my projection is that with all the outflow, that it will deplete what I have. But I'm
Of-
just projecting that that's not what's apparently happening
Could
in
you
this
just
moment. Yeah.
could you just be simply open to another outcome? That there is also the flow of money coming in. I have an idea for a holistic approach. Could you allow money to just flow out and notice any resistance to that? Just do this as
No.
best you can.
It feels fine. Yes.
Mhm. And then could you allow money to flow in and notice any wanting to do anything with, about, or against this? Or maybe you just see dollars raining in your fantasy. That's what I often experience. Even though I'm from Europe, it's often just green dollars raining.
Yeah, that's lovely. That's wonderful.
My intuition comes in that way from time to time. If the next money is in your bank account arriving, it's raining dollars.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I'm smiling. Yeah.
Mm.
Increased bank account. That sounds good.
Then could you allow money to flow out as it does, since it is part of the money game?
Yes.
Then could you also allow money to flow in?
Yes.
And then could you allow money to just flow out?
Yes.
And then could you allow money to flow in, to arrive? And then could you allow money to flow out? Also allowed to arrive where it needs to go.
Yes.
Could you just be open to the possibility that there's just the perfection doing this? That flowing in and flowing out is just perfectly happening.
Yes.
And how does that feel now, Maxine?
Feels wonderful.
Hmm.
Yes. Without any tension. It's just flowing.
Good,
Yeah.
perfect.
Hmm.
Wonderful.
Yes, it is. Thank you. Thanks so
Thank you
much.
too.
Mm.
Was a good reminder for me as well.
Mm.
Okay, we have one more hand. Rachel, can you just unmute yourself? Yes, there you go.
Yes, thank you. Can you hear me?
Can you speak up a little bit? It's a little bit far away, but I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm gonna take
Yes.
my headphones out.
Yes.
If I lose you, I'll come back.
Okay. So she's making changes. Um, who else? Anybody else needing some assistance or has an idea for group release? Or, it can be just very simple approaches, like I just did with Maxine right now. It's often just like a reminder. It's not that much. Bobby, can you
I'm here.
unmute?
Rachel's back.
Ah, okay.
Rachel's. Oh,
Where is she?
hi.
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 I was just gonna suggest a group or a relationship cleanup group release if there's time later. Thank
We can
you.
do that. Yes.
Beautiful. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Okie doke. So, Rachel, go ahead.
You guys,
Oh.
so you know.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt there, Bobby. I was coming back. Yeah, I could use some support. There seems to be a really heavy personal story around. I'm flying out for an interview
Yes.
tomorrow. They're
Yes.
flying me out and going to interview me for 2 days. And it's all a bit confusing and stressful. And ultimately, I'm doing it for my children because there's a
Mhm.
really amazing opportunity for them.
Yes.
And of course, I want that for them. But it's a bit, I'm not necessarily like attached either way to it happening. But there's a
Yes.
lot of feelings of animosity because last year I was given the same opportunity and the children's father wouldn't let me have this opportunity
Mhm.
for them. It involves giving them a really nice school and it would be a dramatic increase in my income as well. So there's just a lot of happy benefits to our family, but we have a lot of opposition to that type of gain for us. So there's just really very mixed feelings. And right now I feel a bit of resentment that even if I
Yeah.
did travel far and get this really great job, I wouldn't be allowed to even take it because of the children's father. And it's just, I feel pretty upset that I can't even progress in my life or have the children progress. So yeah,
Yes.
anyway.
So let's do just a simple triple welcoming on that. Could you just simply welcome whatever that story or experience or whatever that brings up inside of you?
Yeah.
Could you allow it to float the mind a second, since it appears to be a lot and maybe conflicting thoughts and
Mm-hmm.
feeling?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just want to run away from the whole thing.
Mhm. And then could you welcome or notice any wanting to change it? Any wanting it to be different?
Yeah.
Any wanting to control the outcome, to just have the goodies?
Yeah.
And also any wanting to prevent what has been disliked or judged as not good.
Yeah.
And then could you also notice or welcome the sense that this is personal? It's about me, my family,
Yeah. Mm. Yeah.
or the outcome of my family. And then, as best you can, could you just allow that whole experience to just simply be as it was? And what's the now feeling? Rachel, how do you feel right now?
I'm just letting go of, I'm noticing that this feels like the classic oppression story, just of like maybe all mankind. And it's just the opportunity to overcome that general sense of oppression or injustice
Mm-hmm.
for for all mankind. So I'm just working in that direction. I mean, slavery was abolished, and certainly there's been progress in our world, and so there can continue to be progress
Mm-hmm.
of
Did it
oppression for women.
become that lighter over the years?
Yeah, for women, for
Did you
children.
change the consciousness in the direction to more light rather than being more heavy over the
Yeah,
years?
yeah, it's possible that there can be a sense of freedom for all.
Mm-hmm. And is there anything in the way for that freedom for all? Any opposition to that? Any resistance to that? Any judgment?
Yeah, there's a really a sense of being very small. I guess a sense of helplessness or powerlessness.
Yes. And then could you notice that? Could you allow yourself to appear as small and powerless as much as you do?
Yeah.
And then could you allow yourself to be as big and powerful as you actually are?
Yeah, I guess there's a lot of resistance to that
Mhm.
in this situation. I feel afraid to be big and powerful because I seem to be punished when I
Mhm.
make progress in my life.
Mhm. And then could you want to punish yourself as much as you do?
Yeah.
And then could you just nurture yourself a little bit instead?
Yeah.
Could you love yourself just a little bit?
Yeah.
And then or yes, could you punish yourself as much as you do or did? Be the victim or slave of life as much as you appear to be?
Hmm.
And then could you allow yourself to nurture yourself? And
Yeah.
could you just allow yourself to be yourself rather than being the victim or the slave of life?
Yeah.
Could you claim your own power?
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. And again, if there's any victimhood or slave, feeling like the slave or wanting to punish yourself, could you notice that as well? With all the power that you are given to? And could you just nurture yourself, be yourself, claim your true power, your power of self instead?
Hmm.
How does it feel now, Rachel?
There's intense feelings coming up,
Mhm.
grief.
Could you allow yourself to be in touch with that feeling, being reminded that feelings have a beginning, middle, and end,
Yeah.
and that feelings can just dissolve? But what is happening with the feeling now?
There's just a lot of resistance to even going forward.
And then could you allow yourself to resist for a second as much as you do?
Yes.
Could you
Yes.
resist more
Yes.
and still a little bit more?
Yes.
And then could you just accept a very tiny little bit? Or could you even accept as much as you already do?
Yeah.
And is there any wanting to make that serious? Any wanting to take that serious? All of that?
Yeah, like I just want to cancel it. I want to cancel it right now. Just want to cancel it.
So could you let go wanting to take or make that all so serious? And allow it to become a little bit lighter instead?
Yeah.
But you just open to some ease, some flow, some acceptance energy, some courage or peaceful energy, some harmony instead.
Yeah.
And then again, could you allow it to appear as serious as much as it does?
Mm.
And then could you allow it to become lighter, easier, happier, delighted?
Yeah.
How does it feel now, Rachel? What's the now feeling?
Just tired.
Was the word tired?
Yeah.
Okay. What if that is a kind of a release?
Yeah.
Could you allow that to be as it is for a second?
Yeah.
Could you allow yourself to appear as tired as much as you do?
Hmm.
And could you allow yourself to be as awake as you are?
Hmm.
And could you allow yourself to appear as tired as much as you do? And could you allow yourself to appear as awake and alive as you are? So how are you now, Rachel?
That's better. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Good. So, Bobby, can you speak up again? What was the issue you were asking me to do a release about? Was a group release? Can you unmute yourself again? Are you still there? Okay. So I think I do a spontaneous group release then, since my mind went out now with the topic that Bobby was giving me. Anybody else does remember the topic that Bobby was asking for a group release before Rachel came back in? No, then it's fine too. That's not a problem. So, in this moment, could you just simply allow yourself to just sit back and be? Be the love, the happiness, and the joy that you actually are. You know, and it doesn't have to be Gabriel with the horn, can be very neutral, can be very relaxed. And then could you just simply welcome whatever that brings up inside, even some opposition, even some rejection. And it can be very subtle. Doesn't have to be very big or made big or relived again. Could be just a feeling. And could you notice or welcome any wanting to do anything with, about, or against this? Any wanting to do something with it or against it or about it? And then could you notice too or welcome any sense that any of that is personal about you and who you are? Any sense that there is an experiencer, someone who is appearing separate, individual, or even disconnected? And then could you just simply decide that to be as it appeared to be? And then could you just simply allow yourself to be that which you actually are? Anyway, and no matter what. And then could you just simply welcome or allow for whatever that brings up inside, whatever experience that proves it or disproves it, apparently. And then could you welcome or notice any wanting to do anything with, about, or against this? Any wanting to do something, as well as any underlying wanting, any wanting control, be in or out of control, being controlled by it, control it back. Any wanting approval or disapproval, any wanting security, safety, any wanting separation or oneness. And then could you also notice or welcome any sense that any of that is personal, that it's somehow touching a you or a me, apparently. And then could you just simply allow yourself to be open to the possibility that you are already beyond that? That you are already whole, perfect, and complete as you are. Can you just simply also allow yourself to see a little bit more perfection and flow in the circumstances of life? Or even beyond that? And then could you just simply welcome whatever expansion there is? And then could you just simply welcome whatever contraction there is? And then could you welcome whatever expansion or relaxation there is? And could you welcome whatever contraction there appears to be? Whatever imperfection? And then could you just allow there to be only perfection? The flow. Everything is fitting together. And could you notice if there's any remaining proof against this, against the perfect flow? And then could you allow the flow to be as perfect as it in actuality is or appears to be? Could you allow it to appear as it appears to be? Would you allow it to appear as it appears to be? When would you do so? And then could you just be? Okay, everybody. We are done with our hour, apparently. Everybody can unmute if you wish to do so and say bye-bye, but you don't have to.
Mhm. That was wonderful. Thank you so much, Christoph. Yeah.
Yeah, yes. I was delighted to do that. I was happy to do that. I
Mhm.
noticed the flow in that.
Great. Everyone have a great weekend, and I'll see you next time.
Yes,
Thank-
likewise. Everybody Have a great time. So
Yeah.
bye-bye, everybody.
Okay, bye.